Hello, it's Polish Pol VR, welcome back to the channel. We are here today to do some more PlayStation VR2 news. If you think Microsoft Flight Simulator is already ultra realistic, then think again, because it just achieved a milestone that blurs the line between simulation and reality itself. But that is not all. We've got 3 brand new PSVR2 games and some DLCs coming soon, plus plenty of updates from the developers working on current and upcoming PSVR2 titles, and also we've got some other bits and bobs. The first part of today's videos covers all the biggest PSVR2 news and updates from today, and in the second part we're gonna have a little look ahead at what is coming next week. If you enjoy staying up to date with everything happening in the world of PSVR2, make sure to hit that like and subscribe buttons. It helps the channel stay relevant and it helps it grow. And also I super appreciate it. Let's go! And we're gonna start from talking about lo-fi. The gameplay you see in the background is lo-fi running on Steam Deck. This is the brand new footage posted by the developer on their Kickstarter page. So first of all, we've got the update, and the lo-fi Discord has officially opened to the public. Invite is in the description. It used to be for the backers only since day one, but now anyone can join in. The developer mentioned the community numbers are actually being used by potential funders to gauge the interest, so opening it up could help push the project forward. Long-time backers now got a special OG role for VIP access, while new members are encouraged to join the discussion and keep this cyberpunk-like game vibe alive. On the progress side, things are looking really good. The developer says support for the last update has been amazing. I read the update, but never mind. Anyway, and they are currently putting together a pitch to send out to major publishers and investors. The focus is on keeping investment requests low to avoid big publishers trying to make massive profit cuts or long-term stakes, basically trying to stay independent and protect the game's creative direction. They also mentioned some interesting behind-the-scenes numbers that apparently impressed a lot of people in the industry, especially considering lo-fi's strong following in the VR space. Many didn't even realize it is a hybrid game. It runs on both flat, spit on it, and Steam Deck, and of course in VR, which could help expand the audience when it finally launches. So in short, lo-fi's development is alive and well, the community is growing, and the developer is actively working to secure funding without compromising independence. The Steam Deck version already looks solid, and if that's any indication, the VR release could be something truly special. If it's ever gonna happen, because this game is done by the ex-Rockstar developer, which you can see, it shows, because it's forever getting fucking delayed, just like GTA 6, so I'm assuming it just must be part of this Rockstar DNA. Anyway, Boeing just did something that sounds like a crossover episode between gaming and real life, which is very fitting because that is exactly what Microsoft Flight Simulator is doing. So Boeing now is officially using Flight Simulator technology to train real world pilots. That's right, you're hearing this correct. The tech is so good that Boeing is like, what could go wrong? And as we know, they got great track record of not fucking things up. Boeing announced its new virtual airplane procedures trainer, a pro-grade training platform built on Microsoft Flight Simulator and powered by Microsoft Azure. It lets pilots rehearse cockpit procedures on laptops or tablets anywhere, anytime, meaning shorter simulator sessions, lower costs, which Boeing absolutely gonna love that, they probably shagging this part of this report, and way more flexibility for flight schools and airlines. It launches with 737 MAX and also 737 NG, 787 and 777X is coming soon. And here's the cool part, this isn't some sort of stripped down corporate tool, it's built on the same tech that millions of flight sim fans already use at home. So in a way, Boeing is now flying in the same skies as all of us, so hopefully that will stop them from crashing their planes all the time. Someone tell them life is not a video game, so maybe they will know now, I don't know. Anyway, there's even a rumor that PMDG, the studio behind some insanely detailed aircrafts in Flight Simulator, might be involved in this project, which makes total sense given their mysterious 737 MAX project. So yesterday, Gran Turismo 7 announced that they get in official FIA licensed event, and now Boeing is using Flight Simulator to train real-life pilots. So I must say, we are truly living in the future, especially that one of them games already work on PSVR2 and another one gonna work on PSVR2 very soon. So PSVR2, it's gonna teach you how to be racing driver and pilot. See? Good, innit? Okay, moving on to the next story now. Let's talk about Iron Guard Salvation. Developer shared a small message about the game's future, confirming that they are currently finishing the Steam and PSVR2 ports. The Steam release is scheduled for this month, but there is still no confirmed date for PlayStation VR2 version. They also mentions that once both versions are out, they hoping the game gathers enough momentum to justify adding extra content, including a map editor and maybe even a co-op mode, which they said they'd love to do if the player base supports it. So in short, Iron Guard Salvation is nearly ready to hit Steam. The PSVR2 release is actively in progress, and if things go well after launch, we could be looking at even more content down the line. Now, let's talk about V-Raider. The developers shared some early info, and while they didn't give us exact numbers, it looks pretty good. They said V-Racer already has more reviews than any PSVR2 release from September, and it even made it into the top 10 downloads on PSVR2 if you exclude free or hybrid titles. That is a really strong start for an indie racer that dropped almost out of nowhere, and of course amazed all of us because of how good it is. The team also released a new patch. The patch is out now, which does two things that I know of at least. And first, it adds fog effects, giving the tracks more atmosphere and visual depth. And second, it fixes a connection issues where players could lose server access after about an hour of play. This happened if the game wasn't closed properly before restarting. The footage in the background, by the way, you were seeing during this me talking about this game is from the patched version, the latest patch. I just recorded it. So now, that's been addressed for a smoother online session anyway, that update, but V-Racer is off to a solid start. Great sales momentum, growing player feedback, and new visual polish coming in fast. Definitely one to keep an eye on, especially that they already announced that new content is in the development. Now, before I start talking about Aim Assault, let's get one thing absolutely clear. I'm stressing it here. This is this disclaimer. This game is not confirmed for PSVR2, and I must stress it again. But I am covering it because a couple of months ago the developer mentioned on their Discord that they are considering bringing it to PlayStation VR2, but right now they only have the capacity to launch on Steam VR and Meta. So this is still in the consideration stage. It might happen or it might not, we just have to wait and see. That said, if you like what you're seeing in the background, then go flood their socials and Discords and everything else you can, just like the community did with the V-Racer. That kind of fan support really can make a difference, as V-Racer proved it. I'm talking about it because developers announced that it will release this November and shared those new screenshots that now you can see in the background from this game. So yeah, in past you could just see the areas from the demo, those screenshots shows us much more, and the game looks pretty cool. So we need to keep eye out on the launch, and once it's out, they will hopefully consider harder the PSVR2 version. Now about this game itself, I've played the PSVR version demo and it's really well done game. It's a light gun style shooter done right, fast-paced, punchy, and gives off some serious blood and truth vibes. The shooting feels very nice. It's all just very nicely optimized game, at least the demo. So I'm assuming on PSVR2 with haptics and everything else would feel even better. But once again, to be clear, Aim Assault is not officially confirmed for PSVR2 yet, but the developers are considering it, and I personally hope it finds its way to Sony's headset, because this one really deserves a wider audience and it's just well done game. Now, let's move on to the next week releases. Let's see what we're gonna play. Audio Trip is releasing on 11th of November, bringing some rhythm and momentum to the PSVR2. This is VR dance and fitness rhythmic game, where you move your whole body to the beat, catching gems, riding ribbons, smashing pumpkins and dodging obstacles. That was me, by the way, doing a beat. I can't. Anyway, all perfectly synced to the music. It's not just about hitting notes, it's about feeling the rhythm and getting a workout while you're doing it. The soundtrack features some big names like Lady Gaga, Skrillex, Zed, Tiesto and Deadmoon 5. Out of all those big names, I heard about Lady Gaga, but I don't know the rest of them. Do I? I don't know. Maybe Tiesto? I don't know. Who is those big names? But anyway, I'm assuming they are, but not, you know. Anyway, giving this game a club-like energy that fits perfectly on your PSVR2 headset with the beautiful audio. Anyway, there's also a built-in level editor, letting players choreograph their own tracks right inside their headsets. So yeah, the replayability here might be quite cool. Anyway, another release on 11th of November is Luminous Arise, and this is for PS5 flat speeds, but also optional PSVR2 support. I'm sucking the speed back out and swallowing it. This is a fresh reboot of the classic puzzle meets music experience. You drop 2x2 blocks of one or two colors, you build large squares and a timeline sweep across in the time with the beat to clear them. What makes it special here? There's a brand new burst mechanic, where you can charge and gouge and then trigger huge combos for massive points. Visually and audibly, this is me saying visually and audibly or something, I don't know. It's trippy and also in the best way, the easiest way to describe it is a game behind the Tetris Effect. And also the people for Tetris Effect soundtrack done soundtrack to that one, so you can just, you know, expect similar vibes. Speaking about vibes, let's talk about Phasmophobia and Nell's Diner. This new map, Nell's Diner, launches on November 11th, bringing a creepy 1950s style restaurant to explore. It features 13 rooms with 11 possible ghost spawn points, plus tight hallways and dark storage areas, perfect for jump scares. It's one of the game's smaller, more intense maps, and this sounds like ideal for VR gameplay. The update arrives on platform, including PlayStation VR2, so yeah, get ready for some ghost hunts and plenty of screams when Nell's Diners opens its doors. Another release is Hotel Infinity, coming on November 13th. And it brings a mind-bending, room-scale, first-person puzzle adventure. In this game you explore a surreal hotel where no two rooms are ever the same. Corridors twist, lifts and portals fold space, and you navigate huge environments while never leaving your real-world 2x2 meter play area. It's designed with PSVR2 and VR room-scale movement in mind. So you can play standing or sitting, so that's nice. And of course you got all the haptics and everything else what PSVR2 got on offer. So if you're looking for VR experience that plays with architecture, space and your perception, mark your November 13th on your calendar when Hotel Infinity will release. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you like what you're seeing, then please press a like, because it does helps the channel a lot. And if you're new to the channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. And that's it. Bye 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 bye.